we're gonna stick to what BP likes because he wasn't here last week. BP, Manchester United, kicked off their... BP is a big Manchester United fan. We're gonna get in our bag. We're gonna apply the pressure. It's been a rocky week for Manchester United. They lost a preseason friendly to Liverpool in the United States, 4-1 to Liverpool. Shaqiri scored a great goal.
Yeah, hell of a goal. He's known for that.
Yeah.
And then
Moment
he'll do nothing else for
and then fade off, yeah. I'm not a fan of these preseason games because they don't really tell us much. In the past, they did, but I feel specifically in a World Cup year where players come back late, it's really tough to assess.
Yeah.
So it's been really hard to try and tune into them unless like a lot of players from that team didn't go to the World Cup. So it's been really tough. United obviously haven't had all their players coming back. Jose Mourinho chimed in to let us know how he felt about it. I don't know if I got all the direct quotes about what Mourinho said, but he's not happy. BP, are you happy? How do you feel about the season?
Hasn't started.
Well, how do you what do you think is going to happen this year? Does United have a chance? Are they going to win? I'm going to tell you what I think in a second.
We can win every year. We don't.
Okay, that's a terrible answer. that was the Manchester United answer.
That's a fan perspective, though. Is it not? That's a fan perspective to a T.
BP said we could win every year.
Exactly, and that's what you hope every fan goes into the season hoping.
No. No, you cannot win every year.
And this is why we're here to tell you that it's not going to happen.
You cannot win every year, BP. This is not how it works. Okay? So Mourinho's upset. I'll get the quotes after.
Hang on. Is there a time where he's not upset anymore? Because I feel like he's just an grumpy old man.
Well, we're in the third... Well, this is the easy answer. We're in the third season. This is where everything blows up. This is where Mourinho turns into some lunatic, where things just somehow unravel. Here's the complex answer. He wants more players. Can I blame him? No, I can't. Is it realistic? Depending on who he wants? Maybe it is, maybe it's not. But yeah, they need more players. If I'm him, I'd be upset too.
Yeah.
You need more players. Look, this Manchester United side, even when Ferguson had left, has not been built to win in Europe or to win a Premier League. So the fact that they won in his final year is an indictment on the league itself.
Yeah.
And they haven't been able to fix that. They brought in Moyes. Whether you like it or not, bad appointment or not, no matter who they brought in, they were not winning the title with that team. They brought in Van Gaal, didn't work out, brought in some young players. Were those young players good enough to lead a title charge? No. They brought in Mourinho. Who did he bring in? Matic, Alexis Sanchez, Lukaku. Pogba. Are those players built to win a Premier League?
With all those signings, it doesn't feel like to me it's a culture change. Because you see Pep go into City, that's a culture change.
Yeah.
You see what Sarri's doing at Chelsea,
yeah.
That's a culture change. You see what Klopp has done at Liverpool, that's a culture change.
Yeah.
All the signings that Mourinho has done, now whether they're his signings or whether they're by the board or whoever's making the push for some of these players, it seems like patch jobs.
Yeah.
Like, the ship is flooding, let me go plug that spot.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to go plug that spot
Yeah.
and try to plug that spot. But you're not fixing the system, the base.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, Pogba and Lukaku are nice players, but who's the left back? Who's the right back?
Yeah.
You're not shoring up the defense.
Yeah.
In midfield, who's your real shuttlers? Who's your destroyer? There's key cogs in those holes.
Well, they got Fred. We haven't really seen him play yet.
No.
So we'll see how Fred turns out.
And for him to be this frustrated already in the preseason,
that's
not a good sign.
Yeah, that is Mourinho leaving Chelsea both seasons. Yeah. That is Mourinho at Madrid final season. We know how those pan out. And when you compare his mood to Klopp's mood, to Guardiola's mood,
These guys are on a cloud right now.
Guardiola didn't get Jorginho, and he didn't get whoever the hell he wanted. But I'm pretty sure he definitely did get Jorginho. He's not upset.
Well, he wanted Fred too.
Yeah, he's not upset.
The only person he's got is Mahrez.
Yeah,
And he's not a first team player in that side.
no.
So
You have to look at it and feel like it's going to be real interesting to see what happens at Old Trafford. But the biggest problem, you see, like, a lot of people think it's the style that he plays. I don't know if you bring in Guardiola there last season and then you have Mourinho at City, realistically, if United were to win the title, I don't think it would be by the margin that City won it. I think it would be
based off the players they have, no.
very slim.
Yeah.
If they were to win it. The team is just not good enough. I'm sorry, Ander Herrera. I'm sorry, Jones and Smalling and Bailly, who didn't play that much.
Ashley Young.
I'm sorry, Juan Mata. I'm sorry, Lukaku. I'm sorry, Alexis Sanchez.
Patch jobs, man. It's Band-Aids.
When your goalie is your best player for the past 3 years,
Yeah.
you're not winning the league. You're not.
So have these players now lived up to their potential, or is it the whole team is the team as a collective that's dragging down the individual players?
Look, I've stuck by this from the beginning. I've stuck from this for years. And usually when I stick with things, it kind of pans out. Like I stuck with the Wenger thing. Wenger needed to be fired like years ago. Finally got it done. I stick with the fact that whether people want to admit it or not, this is down on Fergie.
His departure.
It is down on Ferguson. It is down on Ferguson. Post Ronaldo, the sale, him leaving, it's been a patch job. A patch job since Ronaldo left. Bringing in Valencia, obviously they couldn't bring in a replacement. They nearly won the league that year. Moving Rooney to a number 10, playing with Welbeck up front, Chicharito, that was never going to be long term. We're able to win the league. Playing Ryan Giggs in midfield, only to have him get dispatched by Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets. That should have been a warning sign that, we need to scrap this. Tom cleverly bringing back Paul Scholes from retirement. Signing Robin Van Persie at 29 or 30 whenever they signed him and thinking that you spend all that. They didn't even spend that much on him, but to buy him and snatch him from City and not fix anything else, like significantly, any other area, it's a patch job.
Yeah.
He knew eventually, age is going to catch up with you. Eventually, you're going to have to step down. But he never cared to look to build a new team for the next manager to come in.
Is that his job?
I think it's his job when you saw Ronaldo in, 2009?
Something like that.
And you stayed until 2012, 2013. Those are a few seasons. And you never cared to rebuild. I know they got to the Champions League final. That's an indictment on Europe in itself that they got that far. And Barcelona really showed them the golf in class. And I think Real Madrid would show them the golf in class if they made it to the final. That they were not where they thought they were. And it is his fault. It's his fault.
I can't say I fully agree on.
For 4 years, you turn around.
That's on the board. You have to have a plan.
But you have the power.
Yeah, I get that, but you need to have some sort of not a recovery plan, but there needs to be a plan in place for any manager to go. If for whatever reason Guardiola goes tomorrow, there has to be something in place for next season. You know what I mean? Like there has to be. That's on the board for me, and it's been so long.
Yeah,
we're talking 6, 7, 8 years.
Well, that's how bad the job.
We're still talking about Fergie.
That's how bad the job was. That's how bad the job was.
So
I need to pull up that title-winning side. It would to show.
It's like a mismatch of
to show you who was in that.
Manny Anderson, Park Ji-sung, probably
investing in Ashley Young and Phil Jones.
Was Cleverly playing then?
Yes.
Thomas, where's he gone? You know what I mean? It's when you look at those sides, and it's really impressive what he got out of those players. But is that, as you look that up, is that also on the fans though? because I guess BP can sort of chime in on this. Being a United fan, would you take a season where they finish fifth if that meant the next season prior? I guess you don't know as a fan when you're in it, but the next season prior you're going to compete. Are they, as one of the world's biggest sides, allowed to take a season off? Is what I'm trying to say.
I mean, it was that year that we came in sixth, anyways.
But that wasn't intentionally. That was just because they were that bad.
That's what I'm saying intentionally. Like, I know Arsenal last year didn't finish out of the top four intentionally. That sort of just happened. But it led to a rebuild. It's leading to something. And I know when you're Real Madrid, when you're Barcelona, when you're these sides, I don't think the fans will give you a year off.
They gave Fergie a year off in 03, 04. They gave Fergie 3 years off. Remember that one year in 05, 06 when they didn't make it out of the group stage? I think Benfica was in their group, and they were.
I remember Simon scoring.
Yeah, they finished in second to Chelsea. I think one of the years, and one of the other years they didn't finish in second. They finished in third. But Ferguson was rebuilding. That's when they were bringing in Ronaldo. That's when they looked to get Vidic, and they were slowly building the side that ended up dominating Europe and England from 06 to 2009, right? So
I feel like in this day and age, would that be okay?
For him, he would have got the pass.
See, for Fergie, right?
Yeah.
Because of what he meant.
Which is why in 09, when you sell Ronaldo,
it's on him, is what you're saying?
Look at the side that they had: De Gea, Raphael, who knows where the hell he is
I
now.
think he's playing in France.
Evra on his last legs. Phil Jones just coming in very young. Ferdinand on his last legs. Valencia, Johnny Evans, Rooney on his last legs because he wanted to sell Rooney, and if he stayed, he would have sold Rooney. Giggs on his last legs. Hernandez, Vidic on his last legs. Carrick should have been gone a long time. As much as Carrick has been able to sustain what he's had, Michael Carrick shouldn't have been in a first team looking to compete in Europe post 2013. Yeah. And that's being nice. Carrick on his last legs, Ashley Young, Danny Welbeck, Van Persie on his last legs, Cleverly, Shinji Kagawa. I mean, that side isn't good enough to do anything in Europe.
No. That's an understatement.
You know? And that year they did hold Madrid. They almost did get it done. Not the best. That was the Madrid side that when Mourinho got sacked that year, they finished quite a few points off of Barca. But yeah, I gotta look down to that because that's where it stems from.
Yeah.
And if it was just one season, I'd be like, okay, but the rebuild was they sold Ronaldo in 09.
And that's why I don't put it too much on Fergie now. Like if we were 3 years previously, then I could say it's attached to him. But he's too far removed to be the issue.
Well, how long was Moyes there?
Was it 2 seasons?
Maybe a year?
Van Gaal was it?
Because Moyes was there 2013, 2014, but then Van Gaal came after the World Cup. So he lasted a season.
Regardless, it's been at least 5-6 years.
Van Gaal brought in the youth, but we knew the youth weren't going to do anything.
We're too far removed to be blaming Fergie, is my point.
It starts there. I'm blaming him because that's a big hole. I wish I could have the ages for the age of these players when he left, so I could tell you how significant this is. Okay.
The average age is like 30.
Because post Fergie, Raphael, Patrice Evra, Rio Ferdinand, Nemanja Vidic, Michael Carrick, Wayne Rooney, Ryan Giggs, Paul Scholes, Danny Welbeck, Robin Van Persie, Tom Cleverly, Shinji Kagawa have not had a great season.
Yeah.
And it's not just down to the coaching,
Yeah.
just down to that hill, they were over it.
Yeah.
So now he's trying to bring players in. The market is as competitive as ever to bring these players in. Managers galore, especially in the Premier League.
Yeah.
And he's having difficulties bringing these players. They're trying to bring in Harry Maguire and Toby Alderweireld as center back.
Because what is United offering you right now that makes you want to go?
Exactly.
Just look across town and see what they're offering or what the other teams are building.
Yeah. All they can offer you is a lot of money. Cough, cough, Alexis Sanchez.
And that doesn't come with trophies.
Yeah.
Which some players are willing to sacrifice a few dollars.
Cough,
People
cough,
are
Alexis Sanchez.
winning systems. So,
But let's get into what Mourinho said, because I feel like this is very important. And this is, a lot of people are upset about it. I mean, I'm not that invested to be upset about whatever Jose Mourinho says. If you've followed him for as long as we've followed him, then kind of expect it. we play Real. I don't know Portuguese accent.
this is your narration voice.
We play Real Madrid, and we have no more players than what we have. Antonio Valencia comes from holiday. I think too much holiday for him. His condition was not good. When he was back, then injury, and also go back, not happy. Anthony Martial has the baby, and after the baby is born, beautiful baby, full health, thank God, he should be here, and he is not here. A little bit. And I hope somebody wants to do what Marcus Rashford and Phil Jones decide to do, which is to be back a little bit earlier to try and help the team, because for the beginning of the season, we are going to be in trouble. Foreshadowing. The majority of the players that play are not going to play. Some of them are not even going to belong to the squad. Sucks to suck if you're in the Manchester United Academy. I know the ones that are not always ready. Sometimes you need them and you don't have them. Eric Bailly was injured, story of his United career. He shouldn't be playing. When he saw that Chris Smalling in the warm-up was coming out, he made a decision by himself not to let his team play with 5 kids in the back against Mohamed Salah, Mane, and company, so he put himself out there for 90 minutes. When we had gasoline, we competed 1-1. After 65 minutes, after that, gasoline is gone. Doesn't seem too happy. And then he makes a quote about Alexis Sanchez. Let's see how he feels about Alexis. If the Wi-Fi would help and work out.
You've been busted by the Wi-Fi.
Got too many tabs open. Look, do you want him to be very happy with the players he has around him?
Jeez.
I think that's enough. I think we could close anything else.
End that quotation.
We are here just to survive and to have some not very ugly results. Alexis is the only striker we have, and the poor man is there trying his best.
I feel bad for the Andre Pereiras of the world.
Oh, God.
My goodness.
So, if you're a United fan, you're not happy with those comments. If you're a Manchester United youth team player or a player looking to break into the first team, you are not happy about that.
Apparently you're being told you're not good enough.
Yeah.
Which I would assume that they have a very good academy.
Yeah.
I guess not.
Yeah.
You know what he's doing to me? He's just covering his own ass.
Paving the exit?
Well, he's letting you know that if the first 3 months aren't good, it wasn't his fault.
Well,
that's what he's doing.
That's what he always does. That's what he always does. It's literally. I feel like I've lived this. It's deja vu. We've seen this happen
What's
time.
that movie? Groundhog Day. We live the same day over and over and over again.
We've seen this so many times that, it's not even.
It's not you.
Yeah. And it's funny because Mourinho was the one applying the pressure to Klopp prior to the game, saying that, well, they've spent so much money. This is not a quote unquote, but they've spent so much money, so now they have to feel the pressure to win the title. Oh no, Jose, you have the pressure to win the title
Have you
now.
not looked at your books lately and seen what you've spent?
Yeah. And like I said, we've seen this with him. Like I said, he has every right to blame the board. He asked for 5 players apparently. He has 2. He wants another 2. He's probably not going to get another 2 given the way this board has gone for every other team. And yeah, to me, he's paving his way. With Mourinho, when he's there and he joins the club, it's him and you against the world.
Yeah.
But once the pressure,
When that seat gets hot.
when that seat gets really hot, oh boy, it is not you against him.
No longer he's not part of the team.
Yeah.
He's out.
He said, this is not our team, this is not our squad. We start the game with almost half of the players. They aren't going to belong to our squad.
That's a great quote.
On August 9th, many of them are not going to be here. This is not our squad.
Enjoy Miami, boys. Oh my goodness. That's awesome.
And then you got Jurgen Klopp. I don't know if these are legitimate quotes, but we're going to like to believe they are.
We don't need to fact check on this.
Sport Bible, this is on you. All the young boys who came on today are in really good shape this preseason. Shea is a really confident boy, as he showed not only around the penalty when he sent Daniel Sturridge away, yada, 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 yada.
Somebody on the broadcast was saying he's supposed to be the next Gerrard.
How it is with
That was wild.
We'll let that happen. We'll let that play out. How it is with young boys, from time to time, the improvement doesn't go day by day, but he has played such a great preseason. He's basically giving...
Pumping his players' tires.
And then you have Pep, who's here, and he's like, you cannot imagine how much I've enjoyed these 2 weeks with these guys. The young guys have desire. They open their eyes and listen because they have their whole career ahead of them. I want to say thank you to them.
So hang that quote up. That doesn't sound like Pep at all.
I want to say thank you to them. This is not our team. You gotta love Jose. VP is not having any.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, Jose. Manchester United. We'll cut this where it is. We'll get to this next week in the season preview. But yeah, the gray hair's there. He hasn't shaved in a while.
He looks rough.
Look, I didn't think they were going to win last year. And unless Fred has a breakout season.
I don't know if that's going to be the big change that's going to be necessary.
Unless Fred has a breakout season, or Jesse and Marcus.
They come back refreshed.
And show their true potential that they didn't fully show in Russia.
The problem is they don't get to play.
Then, I don't know, BP. It's not going to be that. This may not be the season for
Martial ever comes back from that baby.
Oh.
That was my favorite quote. Because before he continued on, he said, "Beautiful baby. God bless the baby." And then he finished trashing the father of that child. That's great, Jose. It's going to be a phenomenal season.
Poor Anthony can't go anywhere else.
He's not even playing it. He's getting ragged on. So when he's on the field, he's no good. He's not even on the field, and that's an issue too.
Oh boy!
Make up your mind.
Look, at the start of this, if I were to pick who I think is going to win the Premier League this season, United would be my third choice, and that would be debatable with depending to see what Chelsea end up doing.
I think that race for fourth is where I see them. I think there's going to be a lot of jockeying there. I see it. For me, it's Chelsea, Liverpool, City. With City sitting higher, and then second and third.
Hold on. Say that again. To win the Premier League.
Yeah, I say City.
Oh, okay. I heard Chelsea first. Like, whoa.
No. That was just three.
Okay.
I think it's between those three.
Yeah.
I still give the head start to City.
Yeah.
With Liverpool and Chelsea probably not trailing too far behind. I watched a little bit of Sarri ball, and I like what I'm seeing.
We're going to Sarri ball in a second, but yeah, United. We'll get more into them next week, but at the moment, it's just they haven't made any significant changes. Kind of like Fred. Like I said, Fred's signing is huge.
Yeah.
I know they brought in Dalot.
Yeah, but he's not. I don't see him going into
but
the
I don't
starting
think.
11. And
even if he did, I don't think that's the big game changer that makes up that big ground that City had last season.
Yeah.
So when we look at it as a whole, I kind of see, unless Fred has a great season, I'm not putting any stock in the midfield of Matic, who isn't even going to start the season, Pogba, Fellaini, Herrera. They really can't get rid of either of those two, Fellaini or Herrera.
Not really. There's not a suitable replacement.
Well, I know BP doesn't like Fellaini at all. I know why Fellaini's there.
I'm with him on that. I'm not a huge fan of Fellaini.
Okay, well, here's my thing on Fellaini. I'll keep it quick. He shouldn't play 38 games. Okay, but if you could use him in bits and pieces, he's very useful.
You see him as an impact player.
Yeah, and whereas I've never been fascinated with Ander Herrera, so there's that.
Yeah.
And then the attackers, like I said, unless we see some huge growth from Marcus, from Jesse, from Anthony, I'm calling them by their first name because I don't.
That's how you know the analysis is real.
Yeah. Unless we get something from them, Juan's that ship's been sailed. I'm very interested to see how Alexis pans out. Because like I told you, and I've been saying, he's never had a full preseason to really get up to the pace. So I'm very interested to see how that pans out, along with the camera that is shining on my face. But I'll play with you, BP. I'm really interested to see how that pans out. But besides that, and Romulo's Romelu.
Yeah. For me, that's what is going to be interesting. See how he comes back off of a decent World Cup performance.